Bangladesh, a land of rivers and green fields, has a history as rich as its soil. Long ago it was called Gangari Dai, and it saw many powerful empires come and go. These kingdoms had amazing art, writing and trade, and they shaped Bengal's culture. Islam arrived in the 700s, brought by Arab traders and Sufi holy men. Slowly, more people in Bengal became Muslim, and eventually Muslim rulers took charge. The Bengal Sultanate, which began in the 1300s, was a golden age. For over 200 years, sultans like Ilyas Shah and Alauddin Hussein Shah ruled during a time of wealth and great culture. The sultans used the Bengali language and liked Bengali culture, but they also supported Islamic art and buildings. This mix created a special identity for Bengal. It became a center of Muslim culture and learning. Then, in the 1500s, the Mughals conquered Bengal and things changed again. Bengal became a major place for trade and farming under Mughal rule. The Mughal emperors saw how important Bengal was, so they let it mostly rule itself and spent lots of money building it up. Dhaka, Bengal's capital under the Mughals, became a busy city, attracting people from all over. Beautiful mosques, bridges and gardens were built, showing how grand the Mughals were. But things were about to change. In 1757, the British East India Company won a big battle at Plassey. This was the start of British rule in India and a major turning point for Bengal. This once rich area was now controlled by foreigners, and its resources were taken to make the British Empire richer. British rule in Bengal, which lasted almost 200 years, changed everything: society, politics, and the economy. The British East India Company, which started as a trading company, slowly took over Bengal. They set up rules and collected taxes, mostly to help themselves. The British made farmers grow things like indigo and opium, which made the British rich but hurt the farmers and made many people poor. When the British Raj took over from the company in 1858, things didn't improve much. In 1905, Bengal was split into East Bengal, mostly Muslim, and West Bengal, mostly Hindu. This made people want freedom even more. Even though the split was later undone, it caused problems between Hindus and Muslims and made Indian nationalism stronger. In the early 1900s, groups started fighting for freedom from the British. The All India Muslim League, started in Dhaka in 1906, became important for India's Muslims. Leaders like Muhammad Ali Jinnah wanted a separate Muslim country because they worried about what would happen to Muslims in an independent India if most people were Hindu. In 1947, India was divided into India and Pakistan. Pakistan had two parts, East and West Pakistan, far apart from each other. East Pakistan, mostly Bengali people, became part of this new country, but problems started right away. After India was divided, people in East Pakistan felt like West Pakistan was treating them unfairly. Even though they were both Muslim, Bengalis faced discrimination because of their language, culture, and lack of power. In 1952, the Bengali language movement started because West Pakistan said everyone had to use Urdu. This became a big symbol of Bengali pride and the fight for freedom. Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, a popular leader who fought for Bengali rights, made the movement even stronger. Mujib's Awami League wanted more power for East Pakistan and recognition for Bengali language and culture. They won a huge victory in the 1970 election. But the Pakistani military didn't want to give up control. They were afraid Bengalis would have too much power. On March 25, 1971, the Pakistani army attacked unarmed people in East Pakistan. This began a terrible genocide that killed millions. The Mukti Bahini, a group of Bengali fighters, bravely fought back. In December 1971, India helped the Mukti Bahini. The Pakistani army surrendered on December 16, 1971, and Bangladesh became a free country. Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, who had been in jail in Pakistan, became the first Prime Minister. In the 50 years since it became independent, Bangladesh has done amazing things. It started as a country ruined by war, and now it's important in South Asia. Its economy is growing fast thanks to clothing factories and money sent home by Bangladeshis working in other countries. Bangladesh has also gotten better at things like helping people escape poverty, teaching people to read, and keeping mothers healthy. But there are still problems. Things like unstable politics, corruption, rich and poor being too different, and climate change are big threats. Also, more than 1 million Rohingya Muslims have come from Myanmar because they were being persecuted. This has put a strain on Bangladesh's resources and security. Even with these problems, Bangladesh is a symbol of hope and strength. Its democracy, while not perfect, is getting stronger. Bangladesh believes in secularism and accepting different religions and cultures, which is important in a world with so much extremism. Bangladesh also speaks up for developing nations and fights against climate change in international meetings, which has earned it respect around the world. Bangladesh, the land of the Bengal tiger, is at an important point in its history. Its future depends on how well it handles problems like government corruption, inequality and climate change. It also needs to use the energy of its young people and its growing economy. Bangladesh needs to keep believing in democracy, inclusivity and sustainable development. The world is watching and hoping that Bangladesh will continue its amazing story of strength and progress.